So let's start with just your assessment of businesses and how they're doing right now.
2020 was a rough year. It was quite frankly, I'll leave it at that. It was a very rough year. And specifically, a lot of businesses struggled. As a direct result of the pandemic, we know that factually over 100,000 businesses have shut down completely. 100,000 businesses over a 6-month period shut down completely. In other words, will not open back up. Number two is that 41% of all African American businesses in this country nationally also temporarily closed or shut down completely. So when you look at those data points and look at the fact that the GDP also declined for the first time in several years, it was a rough year for businesses. And our hope is as we move into 2021 that things will slowly begin to turn around as well.
So if you're a small business owner, what are the things that you should be doing to prepare for 2021? Still a lot of unknowns, but hopefully some stability in places that you didn't have it the year before. What should they be doing?
Yeah, that's a great question. There's several things that businesses and business owners should be doing right now. Do not wait any longer. One is you need to anticipate your revenue streams and your income levels. You need to look at your business projections and say, okay, 2020 is behind us. Right now, in 2021, the economy is projected to improve by mid-year as a result of the vaccinations and other things that are happening, maybe a new administration. We'll see what happens. But as a business owner, make sure you anticipate your revenue streams. Where might you have those gaps? If you have gaps, where are you going to close those gaps? Number two is begin to reassess your business model. And when you reassess your business model, you need to take a good hard look at your staffing. I was talking to someone in preparation for this discussion where they did that exact process where they reassessed their staffing. And as a direct result of that, they realized they had to lay off people, but they're going to go back and offer those same individuals part-time opportunities. A great strategy of going back and saying, okay, let's reassess, maybe offer part-time opportunities. You know what? Go back and review your marketing efforts. And what I mean by that is you don't have to spend a ton of money. Look at your grassroots programs, right? Look at your social media. Begin to communicate with people directly about what your intentions are for the year. Number four is look at your informal network. Begin to leverage that informal network right now in terms of potential business opportunities, asking them to go out and provide business for you if possible. And lastly, make sure that you make fact-based decisions. Right now, there's a lot of emotion. So let the numbers dictate what you should do. What I mean specifically like that, if you have a family member that you've hired, can you afford to hire that person or maintain that expense on your books? So therefore, make a fact-based decision as opposed to an emotional decision as well.
Is there more help for businesses that will be out there, and particularly for minority-owned businesses? Is there going to be help targeted at that community, which of course took a much bigger hit, it always does, than other businesses did because of the pandemic?
Yes, there will be. And I'm pleased to say that over the holidays, the president did sign into law another economic relief program passed by Congress. I would encourage those of you viewing today to go out and do your research. There are over $400 billion, I believe, in economic relief for small businesses. And that's going to be round two of the Payment Protection Program, which will be administered by the Small Business Administration. There's a strong revenue stream there for you. I would encourage you to establish that relationship with your financial advisor, with your banker. One of the reasons that Black businesses struggle, Stephen, quite frankly, is that many of those businesses did not have a relationship with their banker. They need to go out and establish that relationship now. Number two is there's a $100 million fund that will be focused on supporting small businesses in the city of Detroit and across Metro Detroit. It's called the Grow Michigan Fund 2. And that's going to be in conjunction with the First Independence Bank here in Detroit. And what it is it's a funding program that will be focused on helping minorities access funding to basically finance their business in 2021. I should say in 21, still saying 2020, but in 2021 and beyond. So I would encourage people to go out and look at those funds, look at those programs, Google financial resources, and get the information and pursue it accordingly.
Hmm. Uh, are there things that minority businesses should be doing that other businesses don't have to worry about this year? Are there things that, because of the pandemic, we ought to be more focused on in our community?
We need to be more focused, quite frankly, on supporting Black businesses, right? We need to, now is the opportunity to shop local. We've heard that phrase a million times over the holidays. We really have to support not just with our mouths, but with our pocketbooks, with our purses and our wallets. We need to be going out and supporting these businesses. We need to help to spread the messaging for these businesses, because if you don't, eventually these businesses are going to shut down. So now is the time to put your money where your mouth is. And I would encourage, again, everyone viewing this today to go out and support that small business owner. It's critical.
Yeah, yeah. So I was in downtown Detroit recently on a weekday afternoon, and it felt to me as though it was 2007 again. So not the 90s when everything was going away, but the kind of beginning of the rebirth that we had over the last 10 or 13 years. And of course, look, we're in the middle of a pandemic that still we don't have control of, and people are being encouraged not to gather in public and things like that. But it did still really worry me, and it worried me how many storefronts I saw that were dark. That doesn't mean they're gone, but they're closed. And I started to think about where we'll be when this is all over in our sort of just getting back on its feet downtown. I mean, I really felt like right before this happened, we were hitting a new kind of stride in terms of growth and reattracting businesses and welcoming minority-owned businesses to the picture in a way that hadn't happened before. How much of that have we lost?
A lot. I think that the momentum will come back. Is it going to come back to where we were back in 2007 or even pre-pandemic? It's going to take a while, and I'm being rather candid here. It's going to take a while for that momentum to come back, because you're right. We had a lot of resources, a lot of investment dollars were coming downtown, even pre-pandemic. A lot of those investment dollars were coming downtown. Now, let me kind of put people at ease a little bit here. While we are in the midst of this pandemic, again, the economic forecasters are saying that we should see an unemployment rates come back down later this year. We should see the GDP grow again later this year. Expect a full recovery by the middle part of 2022, assuming the pandemic is under control and that the vaccine is out there. So as it relates to the city of Detroit, I would anticipate that we're going to come back, but it's going to take a while. It's going to take a lot of block building, and foundational building, and resource building to get that momentum back to where it was. But it's going to take a while to get there. And I'm anticipating most of this year, quite frankly, for us to build that momentum back.
So you don't think an elongated time frame for that, or do you think we got to be patient?
We have to be patient. Think about this. We've been in this situation now for what? And that's our 10th month, I believe, where the first case was reported back in February or March of last year. So it's taken us 10 months to get to this point. It's going to take us at least a year to get out of this. And so I think right now, the way we need to view this is that 2021 should be a foundational year. Let's focus on business recovery and sustainability, and anticipate that in 2022, I know it's a long ways off. It sounds like it's a long ways off. At that point, we should begin to reap the benefits again, assuming another pandemic doesn't come along and things like that. But assuming that we get this new administration up and running, other things out there, I would anticipate that 2022 will be a much stronger year. But we have to use this year to build the foundation and go back to basics.